What's up everyone, this is Ryan with Danger's Edge, and today I got a new set of knives in. These are the Magnums by Boker.
Come on,
and
man.
I'm gonna break this open, give it some throws, compare it to some other knives, and just see how I feel about it, make a little review about it. So let's get right into it. All right, so here's the box right here. I really love when knives come with their own box like this. Right off the bat though, I can tell you that I really do not like these holes that are on the knife and this line. I think they just do it for like cosmetics, but there is situations where these holes can actually get in the way of a good throw, especially if you're doing like full spin and your pinky can get caught like that. I've had that happen on different knives, so that might be something to expect with these as well. This is a 13-inch knife, I believe. So for comparison, I have a 14-inch Sureflight, and it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit thicker. Well, it's a little bit shorter than the Sureflight, but it's thicker. And the reason I went for a thicker knife here is because for no spin, it tends to help sometimes when you have a longer platform to push off with your finger. So that's something I wanted to test out with these. With getting 3 of these too, like you're gonna be throwing these for quite some time. I usually try and when I get like a set of knives like this, I try and put one of them aside just for like display purposes. So this one, I don't know, I'll have to pick which one later, but the other 2 I'll definitely add into my arsenal of just traveling around with and throwing with. So let's give these some throws and see how they go.
Wow.
Yeah, full spin felt really good for these. I think that the weight is easier to deal with when you give it a good spin like that. Oh, and these are really sharp too. They're really going in that log.
Success! I like it a lot.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
All right, so how do I feel about these knives? Now, they are definitely heavier than what I'm used to, especially for no spin. You really have to push on the back of the blade to get it there. I'm kind of enjoying how it's wider than most, but also it's kind of annoying. These ones were working out perfectly, so I think I'm getting the hang of it more, because when you do no spin, you want to push down that ridge, and the wider the ridge is, the more surface area you have to not like do that spin sometimes off of it. But when it is heavier like this, like you need to put that extra oomph in, otherwise, the blade will show when it's lazy and it'll go in like sideways or weird. The holes aren't too much of a bother. I mean, throwing half spin, I don't really like having this like air pocket between my thumb and the blade when I have to like really push it down, because I use the middle of my thumb there for half spin to push to like extend the knife's rotation, to slow it down. So when there's just like a big pocket here, I'm just losing traction. I don't really like that. I do like that it's a bigger knife because I have been kind of leaning towards that. With bigger knives, you can throw from greater distances with the same throws, but it's a little easier than a smaller knife. With big knives like this, I can definitely, like mid-throw for no spin, I can feel the weight of it more and react on like a dime to try and figure out how to make the adjustments so that way the knife can go in. Full spin, half spin, and no spin are, honestly, I feel great. Those are the big 3 in my opinion, and they seem to be working out fine with this knife so far. It's just an adjustment, and I really like how heavy they are because it does help you really stick it in there. Like usually you can't just stick a knife in the wood like that. Usually you can't, but these are sharp enough to do that, which is nice. And with a heavier knife too, you kind of get more leeway. Like some light knives might hit, tip, and fall out, but when there's weight behind it, that's why full spin always goes in the hardest of any throws because it's using that rotational energy as well to kind of karate chop in there. Whereas like a no spin is kind of like a loft, you know? So overall, I do like these knives. They'll be a fun mix up to add to like videos, and you know, I think certain locations I'll have more fun with these than the smaller ones. Who knows, maybe I kind of get used to the heavier ones because that's like kind of where I'm trending anyways, and maybe I'll just like leave the smaller ones behind in a sense. But you know, until I get more knives that are bigger, these are really the only ones in the 14-inch Sureflight. But that one, it's weird. It's almost too thin, whereas it will wobble, like you could almost bend it, where this one is like a sturdy knife. Anyways, you know, I think that this was a successful test. I'll probably throw 2 of these at a time, like I said, and try and keep one pristine, so that way I have one on my shelf. You know, I'd like to do kind of like a wall of different knives eventually, and then it's nice to be like, oh, I remember missing that knife. Oh, I still got one. It's perfect. You know, the little gimmicky stuff on here is just not for me. I wish they didn't do that. But overall, you know, a nice knife. I'm gonna have some fun with it. You'll probably see it in some more videos if you hang around the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.